My name is Rachel Soto, and I am reading my short story, Meet Cute.
Hurry up, Olivia!
Sylvia shouts from outside the entrance of the storefront. I'm coming! Olivia shouts back to Sylvia. She's always rushing me, Olivia thought. Olivia pays for the dress and rushes out of the store. Not paying any attention to where she's going, she runs into someone and drops her dress on the pavement.
I'm so sorry. Is your dress ruined?
Asks the man. Olivia looks up at the man, expecting him to be a little boy. There's always little boys running around town square and getting into all sorts of mischief. No, it's fine, Olivia says in response. Are you okay, sir? Olivia asks the man.
Yes, I'm rather well. Although I will say I'm not too fond of the label sir. I find the labels such as sir can be too aristocratic for a simple commoner such as myself.
The man declares. My apologies again, but I really must go, she responds.
Well, it was pleasant meeting you, miss.
He says.
That's you.
Olivia, my name is Olivia, she shouts as she darts away.
Well then, Olivia.
He says as if her name was the most pristine name he has ever said in his entire life.
I hope to see you again soon, but for now, farewell.
He whispers to himself. And with that, he smiles at Olivia and walks away. Olivia rounds the corner and sees Sylvia sitting on the bench by the town square water fountain.
There you are,
Sylvia says as she spots Olivia.
What on earth took you so long to catch up to me?
I'm sorry. I ran into a man on the way out of the shop. He was quite the charmer, I might add. Olivia says in an attempt to get a rise out of Sylvia.
Well, maybe he was your special someone,
Sylvia says with a chuckle. The rest of the walk to Sylvia's cottage is in silence. When the two girls arrive at Sylvia's cottage, they get settled in.
Can I at least see how the dress looks on you? I mean, you did spend nearly a decade staring at yourself in it.
Sylvia says to Olivia. Olivia tries the satin blue dress on. It somehow looks worse on her here than it did in the shop. Maybe it's the lighting, she thinks to herself. She walks into the hallway and shows the dress to Sylvia. It looks bad, doesn't it? Olivia asks.
No, it looks good on you. I can never pull off such a form-fitted dress like that, and you make it look so alluring,
Sylvia reasons. All right, but where would I wear such a dress to anyway? Olivia inquired.
How about you wear it to dinner tonight?
Sylvia responds. Dinner? For who? Olivia asks.
We're having a special dinner tonight because Oliver is coming home from boarding school. You remember him, don't you? My older brother,
Sylvia says. Oh, Oliver's home. I haven't seen him in ages, Olivia says back to Sylvia.
Yes, Oliver's home. Now go get yourself cleaned up. Guests should be arriving any minute now,
Sylvia says. Olivia goes into the bathroom to freshen up just as there is a knock on the front door.
Wow, Oliver's here already?
Sylvia says as she heads for the front door. Sylvia opens the door. She sees her older brother, only he looks a lot nicer than she remembers. He's dressed in a pleated pair of slacks, and for once in his life, he's wearing a clean shirt. Sylvia sighs, opens the door wider.
Come in. Welcome home, brother,
she says as she throws her arms around his shoulders and grasps tightly.
Oliver, I've missed you so. How have you been?
Says Sylvia as the bathroom door swings open. Olivia comes walking out of the bathroom. Olivia sees a familiar-looking silhouette being hugged by her friend, but can't quite yet make out the face of the man in her embrace. Hello there? Olivia says to the man as he lets go of Sylvia before looking up. Olivia lets out a slight gasp as she realizes she's facing the same man she bumped into outside the dress shop earlier that day.
Hello again,
Oliver says somewhat shyly, but with a discernible grin on his face. The end.